Andy, the first game back down here for about 4 weeks. Now you're looking forward to it?
Yeah, all the boys are pretty excited to be back home. It's been a long time, and even some of the preparations, and we had to. It's almost like the start of a season again with the length of games we've had on the road, and hopefully today we can come back with a bang. Can you give us any team news for today's match? Yeah, we've had a couple of changes. Gareth Carvel's dropped out of the squad. Jack Ormonroyd's back in. Will Milner's starting at half today, with Remy Marginet dropping out. Again, just struggling with an ankle injury. Sykes has gone into the left centre because Minzy's struggling with a little bit of a knock from last week as well. So we've had to change a little bit of the team around, but most of it's still there as we've seen for the last few weeks. Will Milner pushing for a place. He's been pleased with his form in training, and does it justify his chance? Yeah, he's a good he's a good player, and I thought he had a great game in Catalan, and probably unlucky to miss out last week, but he's got his opportunity today, and he's pushed himself in training, and hopefully he does the business for himself and the team today. Last time we played Batley down at the, Mount Pleasant, we got off to a very bad start, but we pulled it back for the win. Is that going to be a help or a hindrance? I don't know, to be honest. It's a long way away, that one. We got off to a start where we were into a driving wind and rain, and going up the hill, and a couple of passes stuck. I thought we'd have done all right, but anyway, we got the win, and we know it's going to be another tough game here. Whoever gets the wind or the hill behind them, it's going to be tough either way. Batley, a tough side. They've put a big team out. They've gone with all forwards off the bench, so I think we know where John Keir wants to play, and if we get our tactics right and we perform like we should, I think we'll be all right. First of two home games on the bounce down here today, and then Halifax next week. You're looking forward to that one as well? Yeah, two big games. We need wins in them both, and Halifax are playing well, so they're in contention for the top four like ourselves. So there's two real big games coming up at Post Office Road for us. Andy, thanks for your time. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Big Fellas Stadium for today's Kingston Press Championship match between the Featherston Rovers and the Batley Bulldogs. Whilst we wait for the teams to come out, a quick rundown of the team news for you. Starting off with the Bulldogs. At full-back is number 3, Sean Ainscoe. In the three quarters, number 2 is Wayne Retty. 20 is Sean Squires. Number 11, is Alex Bretherton. And number 28 is Alex Brown. The half-backs are number 14, Alistair Leake, and number 7 is Scott Leatherbarrow. In the forwards for the Bulldogs, number 8 is Keegan Hurst. Number 13 is Luke Blake, the hooker. And the other prop is number 10, Alex Rowe. In the second row for the Bulldogs is number 19, Lee Mitchell, and number 23, Brad Day. And the loose forward, number 21 is James Brown. On the bench for the Bulldogs, number 15 is Adam Gledhill. Number 16 is Sean Hesketh. Number 12 is Sam Scott. And number 17, Joe Chandler. Coach is John Keir. For the Rovers, number fullback is number 21, Jai Hitchcocks. In the three quarters, Ben Blackmore wearing 5. Number 1 is Ian Hardman. Switching to centre from standoff is number 6, Paul Sykes. And he'll partner number 2, Will Sharp. In the half-backs for Rovers today, number 28 is Will Milner. And number 7 is Gaz Moore. In the front row for Rovers, number 8, Jordan Baldwinson. And fresh from a red card last week is number 10, Paul Wood. In between those two is hooker number 9, Andy Ellis. In the second row for Rovers, number 18 is Jamie Cording. And making his home debut for Rovers, number 12 is Rennie Maitua. At the loose forward is number 17, Matt James. On the bench for Rovers, number 23 is Luke Teasdale. 16, Andy Bostock. Making his home debut for Rovers is number 20, Ryan Verlinden. And number 27 is Jack Ormondroyd. Today's match referee is Michael Woodhead. Joe, an interesting team selection for the Rovers.
Absolutely. The injury to Remy Marginet and Ilmer comes in. there at standoff partnering. Gazmore, did you say that was the 7th halfback partnership we've seen this season? So we've got plenty of variety in there, but the young lad was impressive over at Catalan, that's for sure, and he gets his reward with an opportunity here on home turf. Thomas Minns also out, so Paul Sykes goes into centre. When he's played there so far this season, he's looked very impressive to me, so I look forward to seeing him there and see if he can get some good supply into Will Sharp, who we know is a talented finisher.
It certainly is, and it's great to take some of the pressure off Paul Sykes moving into the centre. Allows him a bit more freedom in his play and in his game as well.
Absolutely, centres are all perfect for Paul Sykes. He's solid in the tackle. He knows how to shift our passes. He's got all the technical ability. The area you question him in the halves is perhaps that guile and that heads-up rugby, but he's got the skill set, there's no doubt about it, and the skill set transfers perfectly for when he's playing at centre. Jack Ormondroyd also off the bench as we're now watching Batley come out onto the field. He's a hungry young lad. He'll look to put out a performance today.
And for the Bulldogs, possible threats for the Bulldogs in that lineup?
Well, Alistair Leake, he can play at halfback, he can play in at 9. He's at halfback today, and he can be a tricky sod to keep tabs on, so it'll be important the Rovers defence do that today.
Here come your very own Featherston Rovers, led out by joint captain Paul Sykes. It looks like the Bulldogs are going to get first use of the ball. Playing towards the new stand away to our left. Today's match referee is Michael Woodhead, and he is now just arriving as well in the bright yellow. So both teams coming into this, Joe, on the back of defeats at the Summer Bash. Who do you think will come out on top?
Well, Batley can be a bit of an unknown quantity when you come up against them. They've not had the best of seasons, but when they get revved up for a game, they're a match for anyone. The issue for them is that they often try to match people in the forwards, and I don't see them out doing this 2015 vintage of the Feather Rovers. Our forward pack has been immense all season.
And so Paul Sykes kicks off for the Rovers. It is taken by the Bulldogs, and here comes that first drive. It's from Sean Ainscough. And the Bulldogs just trying to work out of their own 20. Important first set for both teams. Just trying to get a feel for the ball. That was James Brown. The Bulldogs attacking that right channel at the moment over on that far side. It's a good drive in there. Just short of the 40-metre line now, the Bulldogs. Luke Blake from Matson half finds Alex Rowe. And that's a bad mistake on the first set, Joe. Forward pass on tackle 4, not completing the set and turning possession over on their own 40 for the Bulldogs.
Complacency there, giving up possession in your own half is not the way you want to start a game, and Rovers have the first opportunity to look for points here.
So scrum down will go down. Of course, Gareth Moore, a former Bulldog, he'll be looking for a big match today. Ellis out to the base of that scrum, and here's Ian Hardman now. Here's Jordan Baldwinson. He's been outstanding for Rovers this season. Absolutely superb in that front row. Leading by example. Misses out Paul Wood through the hands of Milner to Moore. Here's Hitchcock's. Rovers attacking that left channel early. Good play on that far side. Hitchcock's attacks in half. Here's Moore again. Shows it once and then offloads to Matt James. Rovers in the Bulldogs 10. Moore now. Finds Milner again. Milner tries to step through the tackle. That's the last tackle, says Mr. Woodhead now. Can Rovers finish it off well? A kick from Moore. It's picked up. That's a great take by Sean Ainscough from that kick. But a good set from Rovers, pinning the Bulldogs back.
Absolutely. Rovers got forward well there, but they weren't able to find a way through. Batley bring the ball out well from their own half now.
Luke Blake from Matson half finds Leatherbarrow. Through the hands it goes now. And they're moving down that right channel of the Bulldogs at the moment. Maybe identified a weakness. That's a half break.
Rovers need to get a control of this ruck. The ruck speed's far too quick and Batley are making good yards on us.
Leatherbarrow's kick. It's a crossfield kick. It's a good one. Hitchcock's underneath it. Is it going to run dead? It is. Did he get a hand to it? The referee says he did. So that's going to be a dropout for Rovers. So both teams making mistakes in the first 3 minutes of this match. And Rovers maybe with an unnecessary dropout, Joe.
Yeah, the ball put behind Ben Blackmore there, and yet again he's had another lapse. He's brilliant going forward with the ball, and sometimes when the ball's coming in the air, his kick returns are phenomenal, but just these lapses in concentration occasionally. We saw one there and it's forced to drop out. We've got to come under our first spell of pressure now.
Here's Wayne Retty with that pass inside to Keegan Hurst. Had a year here at Rovers, of course. Keegan Hurst, a big, strong unit. Never really made his mark as such at Rovers, and now he's back at the Bulldogs. Here's Ainscough again. He's looking dangerous early doors, is Sean Ainscough, and the Bulldogs are on the 20 now. That's a slip from Leatherbarrow. And here are Batley attacking that right-hand channel, their right-hand channel again. Maybe they've identified a weakness, I don't know. But going from acting half there of the Bulldogs, that's maybe a tackle wasted. But a penalty is given for a ball steal. Joe, do you think Batley have identified a weakness on that far side?
Quite possibly, but of course down our left channel we've got Gaz Moore out there, so they know if they can tire out our scrum half, then we're going to have limited options. Will Milner, inexperienced in the halves at Rovers. In first team, he's not got much experience, so take Gaz Moore out of the game, they'll stand a good chance as Ainscough nearly cuts through the line there.
And another penalty conceded by the Rovers.
It's Jamie Cordin there holding down. We're getting control of the ruck speed a little more, but we need to get more men in the tackle so we can hold it up.
Here's Alex Rowe now, strong unit going forward, held up metre short. Blake waits. Leak. A bit of a mix-up there between Leatherbarrow and Ainscough. So a disappointing end to that set for Batley. A real opportunity there, Joe, wasted.
Yeah, good opportunism from Paul Wood. Sprung on the ball and flicked it up to Baldwinson. When it came loose, Rennie to a stage on his feet there, earns us the quick play, and Blackmore gets away down this left-hand channel.
Blackmore just switching sides for a moment in this set. A loose pass and Rovers finds the floor. Paul Wood has to take it on the bounce. Rovers also attacking that left. Matt James with a half break. It's a good half break. And Paul Sykes was in support there. Here's Ellis now. May Tour in attacked in half back. Looks left, he'll go right. Here's Will Milner with a kick over the top. That's going to hold up beautifully. That's an awesome kick from Will Milner. And Rovers...
Fantastic diving tackle on the chase from Milner as well. Means we're able to hold Batley back inside their own 10.
It was a fantastic kick, and here are the Bulldogs now with Wayne Retty.
Retty's made a lot of metres, but they've all been sideways. They're still stuck in their own 10.
Rovers defending like warriors at the moment, pinning the Bulldogs back. Keep your discipline. That's a great kick. Great first set from a kick. This is the fourth tackle and Batley are still in the 20. Here's the big man, Keegan Hurst.
There we're seeing it. We're getting 3 men in the tackle and we're able to hold up this ruck speed. The momentum's now with us.
That's a great defensive set from Rovers. Leatherbarrow forced a kick from in his own 20. And here's the return from Will Sharp. And thanks to a great defensive set, Rovers are starting this set inside the Bulldogs' half.
There we are. We've set the platform. Now it's the job of the house to find a way through for us.
Blackmore, leading try scorer for Rovers in 9 tries this year. He's looking to make it to double figures. That's a great dart. Ellis goes left with Moore, tries to step inside. Well wrapped up though by James Brown and Leatherbarrow. Baldwinson. That ball's come loose and the Bulldogs, referee saying A forward pass followed by a knock-on, so it'll be scrum down head and feed to the Bulldogs. But Rovers not able to take advantage of what was a great play to set the position up.
Yeah, the pass out back was just cut off by the Batley defence, so perhaps Will Milner needed to keep hold of the ball there. Instead, the pass goes forward. Cording couldn't have taken it anyway, but Batley knock it on. They can't take advantage. Instead, they've got a scrum on their 20. Now we need to put in another good defensive set, make sure we hold them back, get ourselves another opportunity.
Here are the Bulldogs and attacking that right channel again. This time it's with Lee Mitchell. Blake from acting half back moves it out to the right hand side. A knock on, a penalty. A penalty for a ball steal. I'm not so sure about that one, Joe. But the referee said it was stolen in a two-man tackle. So another let-off for the Bulldogs and a relieving penalty.
Not what was needed. Rovers had them under the cosh again, but instead now they're starting with a set inside our half. Now as Chris Rowe brings it up just short of the Rovers 40, but that's fantastic defence. The ball comes loose though. Leatherbarrow's quick to pounce it, sends it to Leake, and Leake gets the Batley side just short of the Rovers 30.
Luke Blake waits his acting half back. Moves that ball inside to the big man. It's James Brown, the loose forward, gets the Bulldogs into 20. Blake again to Leake, moves that pass out wide to Brad Day. The Bulldogs 5 metres short, 10 metres in from touch on this left-hand channel. Blake again from acting halfback, drops that pass off. But good defence from Rovers on their old goal line. And it's a knock-on from the Bulldogs. So good defensive set from Rovers to keep the Bulldogs out, and that'll be a scrum head and feed to Rovers on the 10.
Good response there from Fev. Batley have got forward with the ball there. They're looking to press home the advantage early doors. They're going toe-to-toe with us, but you get the feeling that they'll fade. So if we make sure we can stay on top, as we have done in this opening 10 minutes, we'll come away with it come the end of the game.
Here's Ben Blackmore again in superb form going forward, as Joe mentioned earlier on. Leading scorer for Rovers with 9 tries this year. And here's Hitchcox. That's intelligent play from Hitchcox there, Joe. Saw the Bulldogs were offside, knew which man he was running at, and he's won the penalty as well. Absolutely,
heads up rugby, and we saw the eagerness there as well as he wanted to take the quick tap. Referee holds him up, and Gasmore sends the ball hurtling towards us. We were just blocked by the stand roof, but now Rovers start with the ball on halfway. It's going to be Andy Ellis to take the tap and sends it into Jamie Cording.
Cording with the half break. Cording, what a pass to Hardman. Hardman takes on the line. He's got support from Ellis. Ellis wrapped up well by the Bulldogs. That's great play from Hardman and Cording.
Fantastic.
And a penalty as well.
Fantastic play from Cording. Shifts the balance, shows the defence the eyes, and works that offload away to Hardman. Clean as you like. Hardman gets the offload away, and Batley give away the penalty as they can't respond in defence.
Milner some more now, out the back door to Hitchcox. Oh, that's okay. The referee said it's all on still.
The ball comes loose there from Sykes, but he's able to make sure that he knocks it back, and Hitchcox dives on it to make sure Rovers stay in possession.
Will Sharp from outside halfback finds more to Baldwinson now. Baldwinson against us, the battle of two giants is that one. Rovers 9 metres out in front of the sticks now. Paul Wood gets the offload away to Ellis! Andy Ellis is over for Rovers with 11.5 minutes on the clock. Superb play it was from Paul Wood. Took the line on, managed to get the offload away to Ellis, and the seas parted. What a start for the Rovers. Featherston Rovers 4, Batley Bulldogs 0.
The defence shifted to the right with the pass, and Paul Wood's there to get the offload away. Double-handed, a chest pass, like he was playing basketball, back inside to Ellis. Ellis is there, takes it gratefully and goes in under the sticks. That's the support play that we've wanted to see, and we've seen it there. Scotland is in front, Scotland has the lead. You have to say, those first 10 minutes, it's been deserved. We've been pushing the line a few times, And eventually it's the forwards who find us a way through. The same men who got us there.
Indeed, Paul Sykes, 24 goals from 36 this season. So operating at 66% at the minute. This one should be straightforward though, underneath the uprights. Indeed, it is successful. The flags go up. A perfect start for the Rovers. Featherston Rovers 6, Batley Bulldogs 0.
Well, Batley have got a challenge now, haven't they? They've thrown everything at us in this opening 10 minutes. They've not found the way through and instead find themselves trailing.
And here is the kick-off from the Bulldogs then. It's on the bounce, bounces a couple of times. It's taken by Hitchcox, who will return that ball. Rovers just need to complete this set, work a good position, get a good kick away, Joe, and pin the Bulldogs back. Will Milner through the hands to Moore, moves it on to Maitua. That's great play from Rovers. Will Sharp off this pass from Sykes. Sharp still going. That's fantastic passage of play for Rovers. They're on halfway now. Here's Maitua again. Out the back door to Moore. Finds Paul Wood. Maybe Paul Wood didn't want that pass. I don't think he did, Joe, to be fair.
He had the men on the outside of him, but he wasn't the man to get it out to them. The ball now comes inside with James, and he does his job, plumbing it down the middle. We need a good kick now to finish this set.
And there is the kick from Moore. It's going to bounce too long. Sean Ainscoe not the slightest bit interested in even trying to take that one. As it is, the ball bounces dead, so it'll be a tap on the 20 for the Bulldogs.
A little too much on it. It does relieve some pressure. We need to make sure we get back into them now. And sure enough, Met well beats a good leg drive.
Alex Brown with that first drive. Luke Blake moves that ball inside. Here are the Bulldogs then, trying to work out from their own 40. That's a stupid attempt at a pass from the Bulldogs. He thumps the ground in disgust. It just wasn't on at all there, Joe, from James Brown. The tackle was almost complete, an attempted offload that looked impossible and ended up going forward.
I'm not sure what he was thinking. Second tackle of that set, Batley had been begging for some possession and they give it away cheaply there. They're going to find themselves under pressure once again. Ellis brings it short side and Hardman goes back into where the scrum was. Can't find a way through.
Rovers then, Cording through the hands to Wood, to Baldwinson now. One thing about Rovers forwards at the minute, Joe, they're all big, powerful units, but there's some real ball players in there as well, isn't there?
Certainly, all more than capable with their hands. Now as Paul Sykes cuts down that left edge, can't get the ball away to Sharp.
Come back to Joe in a minute. Here's Maitua, shows it once, showing some of those ball playing skills again. And Gareth Moore now moves into acting halfback. He'll go down, take on the line himself. Gareth Moore for the line. How he'd love a try today. Held up 3 metres short. Ellis though. Drop off pass to Matt James. He's got it down. Somehow Matt James, through a back of 3 or 4 players, has managed to get that ball down. How on earth he's managed that, I don't know. But great play from Rovers, and Matt James from the pass from Andy Ellis gets the ball down just to the left of the uprights. 17 minutes on the clock. Featherston Rovers 10, Batley Bulldogs 0.
Unbelievable there. I was sure Andy Ellis had taken the wrong option there. With the Batley defence stacked in like it was, you fancied they'd keep Matt James out. They looked to have held him up, but somehow he's managed to work it away and get that ball down. People talk about skill with a neat little step or show of a long pass from one of the backs, but when a forward manages to get the ball like that, a show of real strength, that's skill as well. And absolutely sublime there from Matt James to extend the lead for the Rovers.
Indeed, it's great. Is this from the Rovers? 17 minutes on the clock, a 10-point lead with a conversion to come. This again should be straightforward. So Rovers with a 2-score lead and looking good at the minute. So Paul Sykes with the conversion attempt. Again, no problem at all for Sykes. 2 from 2 this afternoon. Featherston Rovers 12, Batley, Bulldogs 0.
Well, here we have it then, Ben. We need to follow up that try just as we did the first. Get ourselves up into the Batley half. Get a good kick away. Keep pressing home this advantage we have. And like I say, I don't see them coming back if we can stay as composed as we have been so far. Don't let them in the game, and they're not going to be able to mount a challenge.
Batley have made a change. Joe Chandler has come on, and James Brown has come off. That kick very close to the touchline, only just taken by Rovers. But here's Rennie Maytua again. He's got such strength going forward. The Bulldogs are struggling to handle him at the minute. Moore through the hands to try scorer Matt James. Ellis from Acton half. That's a great scoop from Ellis. And Alex Rowe looks to be struggling in back play at the minute. Wood. Milner. Takes on the line himself. That's the last tackle, says the referee. Here's Moore with a kick. Maybe not the best kick this time. It's taken on the full by Ainscough, who manages to return up 35 metres out, Joe.
No, Moore was under pressure there, and it showed with the kick. It went straight down the throat of Ainscough, and sure enough, he's able to get inside just short of halfway. They've now got a good chance to mount an attack and get back on even terms in the arm wrestle.
Here are the Bulldogs then, just inside the Rovers half. Luke Blake as that's in half-back. He'll move that ball in field to the Leather Barrow. Here's Ainscough again. Certainly getting involved a lot in the early play, Ainscough, both in defence and in attack. Here's Alex Rowe. He only looks to be a small player height-wise, but he's got a lot of meat on him. And he's such a bulky forward and so difficult to handle, Joe.
You can call him a bulky forward, but I'm not sure I will face to face.
There's the kick. It's taken by Hitchcox. Will Sharp will have a scoop from Acton half now. Makes a good 10 metres. And we're going to see Andy Bostock. And it's Matt James who comes off. And we all know that Bostock can do in those forwards, Joe.
Absolutely, time and time again. That's a good
Is that a 40-20? Is it? Oh, that's fantastic. He was just inside his own 40 from Gareth Moore. And that is a superb effort.
He's checked himself there. He was criticised on his last kick, but that's a sublime kick from Gareth Moore. Sends it hurtling through the air. Gets us up to their 10, in fact, not just the 40-20. And we've got an excellent chance now to extend our lead even further.
Indeed, so the scrum will go down head and feet to Rovers. Andy Bostock involved in that scrum. A real powerhouse, of course. He's making his 200th career appearance for Bostock today. 104 for Rovers, 96 for the Bulldog, for Dewsbury, sorry. So he'll be looking to mark that milestone. It's Hitchcox. Hitchcox, is he away? He's got it away to Blackmore. Blackmore with a pass to Bostock. Bostock, is he over? He's held up. 200 career appearances. I thought he were going to mark it with a try, Joe. But you've got to credit the Bulldogs' defence there.
It looked that way, they scrambled well, but how impressive was Jai Hitchcox working away from his man and then got an impossible offload away to Ben Blackmore.
Cording now to Bostock again. This time it's better defence from the Bulldogs. Stopping his momentum there, but Ellis from Acton half. Moore finds Maytua. Oh, inches for Maytua. Ellis to Moore again. Rovers have got a man out wide. It's Paul Sykes. That is outstanding. Absolutely superb play from Rovers. First of all, Bostock on the charge. Then Rovers held up again short. Maytua through the hands.
There we had it then. We spoke about the skill set of Paul Sykes and how that had shown in centre. It certainly did there. I thought that pass was going out to Will Sharp, but no, he dummies it and he goes through. It's a clean break. past the Batley defence, touches the ball down and extends the lead even further. He's going to look to convert this one for himself. In terms of setting up that try, though, we've got to take it back to Gazmore with that 40-20.
Indeed.
Absolutely superb in gaining the territory to mount that attack.
Superb kick it was, and great play from Rovers. Paul Sykes, so far today, is 2 from 2. This by far is most difficult kick, though, looking to convert his own try now. We've got 23 minutes on the clock. And here is the attempted conversion coming up now. It's on the wrong side for Paul Sykes, a left-footed kicker. Rovers are already set back up, ready to continue, and the Bulldogs are making a double change. We're going to see the introduction of Alex Gledhill and also Sam Scott. There's the kick. The crowd will tell you that's superb. So, Rovers stretch out even further. 24 minutes gone. Featherston Rovers 18. Batley Bulldogs 0.
The speaker system's loud today, isn't it, Ben? I can't hear myself think.
That kick is taken by Jordan Baldwinson. Again, putting in strong minutes is Baldwinson in that front row. Looks so strong going forward. Paul Sykes from Acton half moves that ball into Hitchcox. Rovers again just looking to complete another set from the try. Here's Paul Wood possibly facing the discipline. Well, he is facing the disciplinary this week. So he'll be looking for a big match before that comes up. Here's Ellis. Gets Rovers up to the 40. Rovers are in control at the minute, Joe.
Absolutely. We're finding ways through this Batley defence. Coming forward in numbers, the support play has been improved once again. Every man's got someone on his shoulder, as shown there. Baldwinson getting the ball away to Ellis. Andy Bostock can't get the ball loose now as on the 5th tackle. We're on the 40. It's Moore's kick there. Oh, and Ainsko can't take it. He's bobbled it backwards. The chasing defence has got there, and he's met well by Cordin and Hardman, who tackle him inside his own 10.
Gareth Moore's having a great game against his former club. Here are the Bulldogs now through Alex Brown. But Rovers so far are looking very strong both on defence and on attack. It's looking at the moment very good for Rovers. Here's Keegan Hurst. Blake from Acton halfback finds Leatherbarrow. That ball's moved on again. Batley still inside their own 40. That's the last tackle. That's another great defensive set for Rovers. And it's Leatherbarrow's kick. Oh, that's bread and butter to Jai Hitchcox. And with 15 metres to run into, Rovers are starting this set on the 30, Joe.
Absolutely. You don't want to send it down Jai's throat. He'll take it every time, and he takes it up to the line well there to lay as a good platform to start this set off with. Blackmore there, cutting through in behind, acting half. We do get forward well with the back line, coming to take drives early in the set.
Takes a lot of pressure off the forwards when you have the back line willing to looking for work like that. Gives the forwards a breather as Baldwinson finds more to Maitua. That's outstanding! Maitua! Oh, Paul Sykes is over again! That is absolutely sensational! Ready Maitua breaking the line. Support left and right. Found Paul Sykes again. And Sykes is over for his second try. Featherston Rovers are running away. Featherston Rovers 22. Batley Bulldogs 0.
We're just over 25 minutes into this game, Ben, and those Batley players already look to be tiring. Rovers are getting these offloads away, and they're in support every time, trying to make so many tackles. Now we've got interchanges coming off from the bench. We've got Ryan Valinda making his home debut Luke Teasdale's going to come onto the field, as is Jack Ormondroyd. They're going to add a bang to this Rovers forward pack. Andy Ellis coming off. Jordan Baldwinson and Paul Wood also getting a well-earned rest. You do not want to be one of the Batley Bulldogs, Ben. They are coming under the cosh well and truly. Renniemeyer too, a cut through like a cannonball there, and the support play, Paul Sykes on his outside. He had options both ways, used Sykes. Sykes completes his brace within the first half. This is looking like a very confident display from this team.
It's indeed, and Sean Hesketh is going to make an appearance for the Bulldogs as well. Haven't seen who's coming off for them. It's Keegan Hurst who's taking a breather. But if you're a Bulldog, Joe, and you've been taking a battering from the Rovers front line like you have, when you see them leaving, you think, oh, we're going to be in for a breather. But then you see the likes of Ryan Verlinden coming on, the likes of Jack Ormondroyd and Luke Teasdale. It just gets worse, doesn't it?
Certainly does, Ben. Paul Sykes unable to add the conversion for his own try, so the lead stands at 22 points. We have got one hell of a pack today, Ben, and Batley are going to struggle up against it.
Gareth Moore takes that kick off, and here's Verlinden. Look at that drive for his first of the big fellas. Superb, almost a half break. And here's Ormondroyd as well. He's only a young player, but he's got so much heart and so much strength at the Rovers. Teasdale finds Bostock now. The Rovers fans have been looking forward to seeing Verlinden. He's looking for the work again. Here he is again, eager for that work, Joe, and he's got Rovers just short of halfway.
Well, he saw his enthusiasm in his post-match interview last week. He's taken 2 drives there. If you want to hear more, oh, blimey! And he's got that ball away to Will Sharp, and he's bringing it inside, but it's been ruled forward from the referee, and Batley are going to have the ball on the halfway line. Ryan Verlinden there, 2 drives in his first set. He's full of enthusiasm. Make sure you tune into Rovers Radio 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon to hear more from him.
Indeed, and Andy Ellis is getting some treatment from the physio at the moment to his right arm. I'm not sure what that is. We'll try and get an update on that later on.
Little plug there, Joanne, you're welcome.
I always thought Rovers Radio was on at 12 myself, but never mind.
Oh.
It is 12 o'clock.
It finishes at 1.
We got an injury to a Bulldogs
so I mixed
player
it with me tea time.
We've got blood to a Batley Bulldogs player in it, so a stoppage in play. Players taking on water. Joe, the opening half an hour performance from Rovers has been absolutely outstanding, both in attack and defence. They look so strong going forward and capable of scoring of every opportunity.
Absolutely. Batley came at them in that first 10 minutes. There's no 2 ways about it, but we made sure we held on, we stayed composed, and they've got nothing but forward aggression. And once we managed to win that battle down the middle, there was no way they were ever going to pose a challenge against us. The halves have combined well. We've been finding ways through, and that's why the score's like it is.
Rovers have got a lot of sponsors at the moment, but here are the Bulldogs just inside their own half. Verlinden in the tackle. Again, he's not the sort you wouldn't want him running at you, Joe, but you also wouldn't want to run at Verlinden in defence either, would you?
No, certainly not. The challenge for Verlinden will come with that size. A player like Alistair Leake nipping around his ankles. Will he be able to keep hold of him? I suppose we'll see over the coming weeks.
Here's Joe Chandler. Ainscoe Waits attacked in half back. Here's Leatherbarrow. He's going to put a kick towards the corner. That's out on the full. So that's poor from Leatherbarrow. It's going to be a turnover.
It's not what you're after. You can tell Rovers are putting them under pressure because it's certainly telling here for the Batley side.
If you're a Batley player, that's going to knock some confidence out of you even more, especially you got to get to the last tackle. You got a chance to pin the Rovers back in their own corner, Joe, and to see the kick going out on the full.
Exactly. They've now got to hold back players high on confidence and have got less space to do it.
Here's Cording now. Ormondroyd. Bostock. Offloads there, does Bostock. It's Will Milner in support this time. Teesdale. Moore. Gareth Moore tries to step through that line. Rovers 20 tackles in hand. Here goes for Linden. Gets Rovers to the 10. That's the last tackle now. Moore. That's a great cut-out pass. And Paul Sykes is over again for his hat-trick. That is sensational. Ryan Verlinden setting the platform. And then a cut-out pass from Teesdale to Paul Sykes. He strolls over again. And Paul Sykes is having a wow of a game. Featherston Rovers 26, Batley Bulldogs 0.
It's a long ball out from Teesdale to Moore. Moore takes it up to the line, and then Paul Sykes came onto that ball at speed. Splits through the defence like that. He's got a first half hat-trick and it's well deserved. We told you he could play centre well enough. To me, that was the position he was probably signed to play, and he showed why today.
Indeed, he has a hat-trick inside 31 minutes for Paul Sykes. He's now looking to add the extras again. An 18-point haul at the minute with this kick still to come. Joe can't count.
I thought you were talking about the team.
No, I was talking about Paul Sykes as an 18-point haul at the moment with that kick to come.
Would you mean Paul Sykes, the Great Britain international who plays for Featherston Rovers, Ben?
I could well do it. He kicks that goal, takes his personal haul to 20. Featherston Rovers in control. Featherston Rovers 28, Batley Bulldogs 0.
That brings the score to Featherston Rovers 28, Batley Bulldogs 0.
I've not got a clue what you just said with these speakers, and there is the kickoff from Leverbarrow. It's got an awkward bounce, but it's going for more. He didn't know which side Verlinden was on, but Verlinden takes that one in. He palms the defence away and gets us 15 metres out. It's not a clean play of the ball though, but it's earned a penalty. Hands in at the ruck. And Rovers are going to make some good territory now.
When things are going your way, things are going your way. I'm not sure that was a penalty myself. The ball looked to just come loose from Verlinden, but Rovers get the penalty anyway. And they're going to start just inside their own 40.
Jamie confirming with the viewfinder, it did look to be hands in at the ruck, so take that, Sky Sports.
That's Hardman to Blackmore. Blackmore's away. Now he cuts back inside. Still going though. Ben Blackmore, that was superb through the hands. Hitchcock's to Hardman to Blackmore. Rovers 35 metres out, 10 metres in from the right-hand touchline. Moore now takes on the line himself.
Good play there from Ben Blackmore. He's got pace to burn, but he was always going to get forced out to touch there, so cuts inside well and keeps the move going.
Bostock with the offload to Will Milner. Always looks for the offload, and here's Teesdale to Ormondroyd. Ormondroyd's away! Jack Ormondroyd! That is fantastic! Absolutely superb from Ormondroyd.
I tell you what, Jack Ormondroyd there. Teesdale gets the ball away to him, and that handoff on Sean Ainscough was phenomenal. Such force from the young lad, and then he's got what a leg stride on him. What pace for a prop forward, Ben. Raced away there for what was the try of the day, in my opinion.
So far, that is the try of the day for Jack Ormondroyd. Rovers are in control. If Paul Sykes kicks this, Joe, Rovers are averaging a point a minute. 6 minutes left to half time with a kick to come. This will make it 34-0. What a first half from the Rovers.
John Kay walked down the touchline towards his players and his coaching staff, taking his earpiece out. I would not like to be one of the players in that Batley dressing room at half-time, Ben, as they trail by 32 points with the kick to come.
Indeed, John Kay does. Suffice it to say, John Kay does not look a happy bunny at the moment, Joe, on that touchline. He's berating his players on that in the dugout. But you can't take anything away from Rovers, Joe. They have been absolutely superb in this first half. The attacking quality that's been shown across the field, and especially from this man, and Paul Sykes, who's attempting the goal now. And here comes the kick. He's used the wind to perfection. It started off going to the right of the uprights. The wind brought it back. Featherston Rovers 38, Batley Bulldogs 0. If you're John Keir at half time, you just got to wipe the slate clean and start again.
Absolutely, it's difficult to see a way back into this for Batley. They'll just be looking to save face in the second half. The ball there bouncing in front of Milner. It's Hitchcock who takes it eventually. It was an awkward kick-off from Leatherbarrow, but Rovers have come away with it and they're starting on their 20-metre line.
Ormondroyd. Another half break from Ormondroyd. Gets away from one, but is wrapped up by the second man in, being Adam Gledhill. And here goes Blackmore now. Blackmore looking for the offload. Rovers are high on confidence, looking for the offload. Every chance to get. They want to play fast rugby. They want to give the fans some entertainment. And here's Verlinden now. So strong is Verlinden.
Absolutely. Goes into that tackle there, and Adam Gledhill tries to meet him. Just knocks him to the ground. It's a clever kick there from Milner in behind. Bounces kindly for Ainscourt. Oh, and Cordin meets him. That was a thundering tackle from Cordin, and Arnman and Bostock get in the mix as well.
Here goes Alex Brown. The Batley Bulldogs fans away to our right, wanting a penalty there. None forthcoming. The Bulldogs then 10 metres in from touch, this left-hand touch line. That ball's moved infield through Alistair Leake. That pass is moved on, but again, good defence from Rovers. It's Adam Gledhill. Leatherbarrow moves that ball out wide. It's Sam Scott, just short of halfway is Sam Scott. And Leatherbarrow moves in, that's in half, gets that ball on. A loose forward, it's gone back. Oh, that's shocking. That just about sums up the first half for Batley, Joe. An opportunity for Batley to try and work some possession and work this Rovers defence. A straightforward enough pass to Leatherbarrow, but couldn't take it.
There we have it. They tried to match us into forwards. They couldn't do that. Gazmore's having one hell of a game. Will Milner's making more of a contribution by the minute, but Leatherbarrow is just not up to the game today.
The offload there from Maitua. Rovers actually lost a couple of yards on that play. He apologises. Teasdale moves in, that's in halfback, takes that play of the ball. Here's Moore now. And Moore finds Verlinden on the charge. He's already scored down in the south of France as Verlinden. And what a try that one was. Hitchcock's. There's going to be a penalty for Rovers for not clearing the ruck. I think the pass from Teasdale, Joe, probably went forward. And the referee deeming that they hadn't cleared the ruck, so gave Rovers a penalty.
Yeah, rather awkward there for Teasdale. He had to step over the Batley player and get the ball away, by which time his supporting players had all overrun the pass, so it's a good decision there to take it back for the penalty. Bostock can't quite get the ball down. He's in search of this try on his 200th appearance. It's just not working for him thus far.
Moore with a kick through. That's a disappointing kick from Moore. Probably the worst piece of play we've seen from him this afternoon. But you've got to credit the Alex Brown in defence. Great positioning to cut that kick out.
Certainly, he's facing his own line. He's able to take the grubber up well, turn around, get his team on the start with this set, but the defence again, he's working well. A little too well and more enthusiastic than you'd like. There's the give a penalty away for offside. Clever there from Ian Hardman, holding up to stop them taking the quick tap. Instead now it's a kick to touch from Leatherbarrow, and they get themselves up to halfway.
So the Bulldogs desperate for a try. They're not going to get one in this first half. There's less than a minute on the clock. From an almost perfect display from Rovers in all senses of the word, both on attack and in defence. Here is Leatherbarrow though, moves that ball out wide. Great defence again on that far side by Moore. Leatherbarrow again, he'll dink a kick over the top. Easy for Hitchcocks. And he'll just run that ball in. The clock says half time, but in the hands of the timekeepers now. Hardman. Here's Cording, and Rovers just going through the motions now. Don't need to do anything too fancy at this stage in the game. In probably maybe the last set they'll have before half time. It's a kick from Moore. It's going for touch again, but better positional play on that occasion by the Bulldogs. It was Ainsko who took that kick, and he's found Retty. Retty being forced back. Jack Ormondroyd, that is absolutely outstanding from Ormondroyd. He wasn't giving that one up at the death. A perfect first half for the Rovers. 6 tries from Andy Ellis, Matt James, a hat-trick from Paul Sykes, and another try from Ormondroyd that was probably the try of the day. 5 goals from Paul Sykes as well. Joe, a faultless first half.
He certainly was. It was all about that first 10 minutes, Ben, and what Batley could achieve. They had to come out of the blocks and try and meet us early doors while they had the advantage. But a side like theirs, not as fit as ours, they would never go on matches for long. They couldn't succeed even when going all out against our forwards who've been superb all year. They're even better today, Ben. And once they gave our half-backs time and space to work their magic, they certainly did. We found space, we got up in support, we scored plenty of tries.
Paul Sykes has been superb in his, I don't know if it's maybe his favoured role, but it's been absolutely outstanding in the centres today.
He certainly has. Centres to me is where Paul Sykes belongs. He can more than do a job at half-back. He's shown some impressive displays this season, but to me, when Paul Sykes is playing at centre, he's one of the top centres in the league. He's a reasonable half-back in this division.
So that is half-time here at the Big Fellas. Rovers in complete control. Featherston Rovers 34, Batley Bulldogs 0. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to the second half here at the Big Fellas. Rovers 34, the Batley Bulldogs 0. An interesting score from down the capital, London 12, Bradford 12. So that, of course, a big match in terms of Rovers. I'm not sure who we want to win that one, as Batley get the game underway. That's another good kick-off, but Will Milner takes it. He'll find Jai Hitchcocks. And Hitchcock takes that first tackle. Joe, what do you think's been said at half-time?
Batley, wake up, lads. And possibly a couple of things we couldn't suggest or allude to. Rovers, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, the character he showed to, stay in the fight when Batley were throwing everything at us, and then the way we've gone about our business after that has been superb. Ryan Verlinden, he's made a great start to his home debut, and he continues to push forward.
Here are Rovers now. It's Andy Bostock. Still looking for that try on his 200th career appearance. Here's that last tackle. Teasdale, who was the first half interchange for the Rovers, has come out and he started the second half. That kick is well taken by Wayne Retty, and that's a good return and a good chase from Rovers. Batley just haven't been at the races at all in that first half, Joe. Everything that Rovers have done, they snuffed Batley out snuffed the Batley attack out so well in that first half. I find it difficult to understand where the Bulldogs are going to turn this round.
Well, they were making some good yardage early on, Ben, but the fact is that we just were able to hold them out all the way through that, and they'd thrown everything at us, hadn't found the way through. So when it started to wear away and they weren't quite running at 100%, we were able to pick them off with ease.
Leatherbarrow with a kick over the top. It's taken easily enough by Hitchcox. And a good return, but a good chase from Hitchcox as well. Paul Sykes hat-trick scorer in the first half. In fact, a 22-point haul in the first half. Here goes Blackmore. One thing that I was told at half-time, and I don't know if you've noticed it, Joe, when you see Will Sharp go from acting half-back, the very next tackle every time is always Ben Blackmore.
Well, when we've called, some teams will call it a rabid set, some teams a scoot set or whatever you want. The wingers or sometimes the fullback in Rovers' case with Jai often taking the ball as well. Here as we see Bostock work his way through the middle, bouncing off the defenders, can't quite get it free but works us into the 30. But the wingers both come in to take a ball from out the back of the ruck, as does sometimes the fullback with Fev. And that's to get us away, and then the forwards can take the drives later in the set, make sure we make good yardage and get a good foundation for that kick. So you often find that's deep in our territory where it occurs.
Here are the Bulldogs now, trying to work out from their own 20 after that kick from Gareth Moore. But good defence from Rovers again. And I fancy, after a first half performance like that, we said it last time we played here at Workington, I fancy Andy Hay might fancy a 0 at the end of this match, Joe.
Absolutely. When you can lock them out in defence, it gives you great confidence going into your next game that you're going to be able to keep that going forward. You stay unbroken as a defensive line. It's a fantastic feeling. Batley have come out of the blocks well in the second half. They're looking particularly down this right side yet again, but can't find a way through once more.
Here's Gledhill though.
It's on the fifth tackle. The ball's come forward.
A one-on-one
there with the ball, trying to find a way through. He's got it away to Blackmore.
Ooh.
Blackmore bobbles it but keeps a hold. I think we've gone back there from the knock-on, so perhaps would want a scrum to be awarded. It should be a 0 tackle though.
Ben Blackmore juggling that when the ball came free from the Batley Bulldogs. A very, very clear signal from Michael Woodhead that it was a one-on-one steal. So he was happy enough to allow that play to continue for the Rovers. And continue it does now. Here's Andy Bostock again. Feints to pass and then looks to spin out of, and yet another tackle does Bostock. Takes the tackle on that occasion. Here's for Linden. He's looking good on his home debut, wearing a spare shirt today, number 37. Squad number, of course, is number 20. Moore with a kick. That's a great reverse kick as well from Gareth Moore. Forces Alex Brown to do some work, and look at that chase from the Rovers, Joe. Pinning the Bulldogs back in their own 20.
Fantastic chase there. Hardman and Cording coming inside, taking more work upon themselves. Ainscough looking to break down the middle there. It's Hardman again working hard in defence. But a penalty's given away, not clearing the ruck, and Batley look to get themselves out of the danger zone now.
5 minutes gone in the second half. No score in this second half yet, so it's still the Rovers 34, the Bulldogs 0. And Batley will start this set just inside the Rovers half. Time has been called off by the referee though. He's having a word with somebody. Blood, I think. Yeah, we've got blood on a Bulldog's face. So he will,
leak, I think.
He will have to leave the field, I think. They'll try and stem it first. The referee signalling, no, you've got to go off. So here's a blood bin change for the Bulldogs. He's not left the field as yet, which is a strange call. I thought the official would make sure he had left the field before resuming the match. But here are the Bulldogs. About 35 metres out from that Rovers line. That's juggled and it's through the hands. It's Sam Scott's away. Scott's away. Got Ainscough. Sean Ainscough is over for the Bulldogs. They get the first score of the second half. Not what Rovers will have wanted. The Bulldogs hit back. Featherston Rovers 34, Batley Bulldogs 4.
Well, not the way we wanted to start this second half. It's hard to stay motivated when you find yourselves so comfortably ahead, but pay some credit there to Leatherbarrow. Didn't have the best of first halves. Went up to the line there though, and his flick pass got the Bulldogs through the line. Ainscough one-on-one with Jai Hitchcock. Jai couldn't wrap the ball up, although he was able to haul the Bulldogs man to the ground. Couldn't stop him getting the ball down and getting the first try for his side. With that deficit though, you don't see him scoring many more. You don't see him getting a lead in this game.
Rovers just need to compose themselves, so the kick is missed. Oh, so the kick is missed from Leatherbarrow. So it's still Rovers 34, the Bulldogs 4. I fancy Andy Hay won't be pleased with that. Down on the touchline underneath us, so it'll be the Rovers who will get this game underway again. Through Paul Sykes. And for the Bulldogs now, they have to build on that, Joe. They've got the foothold in the game. In a try. As Paul Sykes kicks out on the full, so that'll be a penalty to the Bulldogs on halfway. Rovers just need to regain the composure and just get a foothold in this game again.
Absolutely. Batley had to build on that, and we've given them a perfect opportunity to do so. Paul Sykes kicking the ball out on the full. We've got a penalty on the middle of halfway now. Batley and Leatherbarrow gets his side inside the Rovers 40 metres. Chance to double their points tally.
So here are the Bulldogs in possession then, just outside the Rovers 30. Through the hands it goes. And here's Joe Chandler. Centre field. Gledhill now. Gets the Bulldogs back into the Rovers 20. Rovers need to keep the composure. They've defended superbly in that first half when they needed to. Alistair Leake causing the problems. Finds Joe Chandler. And a knock on. So a let off for Rovers. But the Bulldogs then though, Joe, are building the pressure and working that position.
Certainly, they were making good yards there down the middle, but Feather have got in there in defence. We managed to hold them out and we forced the knock on. So we've got back possession. The composure there starting to re-enter now for the Rovers, and I think we'll continue to control this game for the remaining half hour.
Yep, 10 minutes into the second half. Featherston Rovers 34, Batley Bulldogs 4. That's better defence though from the Bulldogs. 3 in the tackle. As Ryan Verlinden is coming off and Matt James is coming back on for Rovers. Here goes Blackmore. Hitchcock's attacked in half back now. He'll have a scoot. That looks a wee bit high to me. More now. Shows it a couple of times, then finds out that back door to Will Milner. Milner out the back door. Can Blackmore drop on it? Yes, he can. It's been wiped. The referee has wiped the tackle count clean. So Rovers are going to have another 6 tackles. I'm not sure a Batley player got a hand to that one, Joe.
It was a flick, definitely, from the Batley player. It's whether you were judging him to have played at the ball. The referee didn't, so Rovers now have the ball on halfway with tackles in the bag.
So Teasdale from that's in half-back finds Andy Bostock. Bostock out the back door to Moore, finds Matua. Had a good first half, did Rennie Matua. He'll be looking to build on that in this second half. And here goes Jack Ormondroyd now. Teasdale finds Bostock. Bostock on the charge again, but well wrapped up by 3 Bulldogs players on this occasion. Here's the last tackle, says the referee. It's Gareth Moore. They'll put a kick towards the posts. Oh, that's a bad mistake. Fortunately, it went backwards. It was Brad Day, it was. Fortunately for the Bulldogs, he was facing his own line, and a let-off, Joe.
Yeah, there we saw it. Andy Bostock tying men into the defence. Gareth Moore puts that unexpected kick in behind, and therefore a player not experienced to catching the ball when it's high in the air. Brad Day is under it, and he's unable to take it. No Rovers players were able to capitalise on it, but on another occasion, that may have seen a score.
Leatherbarrow with a 40-20 attempt on Hitchcock's. I think he may have lost his footing. It was almost a goalkeeper-style attempt at catching that ball, but the ball knocked into touch, and the Bulldogs are going to get head and feet at this scrum, and they're looking for more points.
Valiant attempt from Jai there to save the 40-20, but instead knocks it out to touch and makes it a certainty that Batley have the ball. Rovers now, they're going to come under more pressure. Can we show we've got that stealing defence once again to hold them out?
Leatherbarrow moves that ball on. It's Alex Featherston. Leake attacks in half-back, moves that ball inside to Gledhill. Bulldogs 8 metres out, centre field as Joe Brown returns. James Brown is, sorry. And a penalty is given. So Rovers coming under more pressure, Joe. Can the Bulldogs capitalise?
Well, this is going to be the test for Featherston, isn't it? Because 2 tries in the second half for Batley would see them with a little momentum, and perhaps the pressure would start to tell for Featherston. Important we hold them out now. Leatherbarrow throwing the dummy, looking to get through, but the Rovers defence are smart to it and they cut out his options.
Leake attacks in half-back, moves that ball inside to Gledhill on the charge. He's well held up though by the Rovers defence. Maitua, James and Bostock. I wouldn't want to run into those 3. The Bulldogs trying to use the power, using the one-out passes and the drives, but not able to get over at the minute. Misses one out now, Leatherbarrow. Out of the back door, it's on that far side now. But forced into touch is Alex Brown. That is outstanding defence from Featherston Rovers, looking to right the wrongs of the try they conceded. And you can only say, Joe, that is superb.
Certainly, Ben. Batley repeatedly send men charging down the middle, but Featherston hold them back. James Brown making an attempt there, but shepherded into the sticks, and then they send it out wide. They look to catch the sliding defence out, but they get across well. And it's Ian Hardman who manages to get Alex Brown into touch on that far side. Batley just unable to find a way through once again. Only being able to make a break in this Rovers line that once, leading to the try for Sean Ainscough. Featherston have been so resilient apart from that one moment.
And here is Hitchcock's, but well wrapped up by 3 or 4 Batley players in the tackle. Will Sharp will have a scoot now. Ben Blackmore waits, attacks in half-back, and he'll take a scoot as well. So Rovers now, thanks to Sharp and Blackmore, 25 metres out from their own line. Bulldogs trying to slow things down. Here's Will Sharp again. Rovers utilising those back 3 very well in this set at the minute. And here's Teasdale now. And now we see the power of the forwards. Jack Ormondroyd, that looks high. I don't think he's too happy, but it's going to be a kick from Moore. He's in the 40, but the kick is centre field. So it's taken by Brown, and there's the return. But that looks a bit high to me, Joe.
The initial contact appeared to be below. The question is, was the one on Jack Ormondroyd? Let's call it marginal.
Alex Rowe and Keegan Hurst are returning for the Bulldogs, so a double change. And here is Alex Rowe now. It's Alex Gledhill who's one of the players who's come off. As Scott moves that ball out to Bretherton. And it's Sean Hesketh as well who's off. And Paul Sykes is penalised for a hand in the tackle. Rovers fans don't like it. Paul Sykes doesn't like it. Joe?
Clever there from Breverton. Perhaps was a hand in the tackle, but he certainly made a meal of it and bought inside some yardage there. A repeat of the set, of course. Now they find themselves into Featherston, 30 metres, and with a good chance of taking some points.
Rovers are going to make a double change on the next attacking set. Both Paul Wood and Jordan Baldwinson are waiting to return. Meanwhile, here are the Bulldogs again. Hitchcock's not strong enough there to stop Alex Leake. Alex Leake went through Jai Hitchcock's, and you've got to question Hitchcock's there. Not strong enough on his own line to keep Alex Leake out. But the Bulldogs hit back again. Featherston Rovers 34, Batley Bulldogs 8.
Alex Leake, we highlighted him before. He's not had much chance in this game to show what he can do, but on that opportunity he had, he danced through the middle of the Rovers defence. No one could get a hand to him. And when he comes one-on-one with Jai Hitchcock's, the shimmy finds him another way through. He scores under the sticks there. Difficult for Jai when you come up a man as nimble as Alex Leake. He outdid him on that occasion. Will they come toe-to-toe again? If you will, who will come out on top that time?
And so here's the conversion attempt from Leatherbarrow. This time this makes it 10 points. So it's Featherston Rovers 34, Batley Bulldogs 10. Paul Sykes is still asking the question of the referee, Joe, about that penalty for the hand in the tackle. I didn't see it myself. There's a bit of a dubious penalty.
Number 8, Jordan Baldwinson. Number 10, Paul Wood. Replacing number 16, Andy Bostock. And number 27, Jack Ormond. So
Bostock and Ormond go off, and back on come Jordan Baldwinson and Paul Wood. It just gets better off the bench, doesn't it, for Rovers?
Definitely does. No respite for this Batley side, but at the moment they're leading the second half 10 points to 0. Rovers will look to change that for sure.
Alex
Roder making a break down the middle. He's got James Brown in support and he's inside. He clatters through Jai Hitchcock's and then Paul Sykes. Eventually he's hurtled to the ground by Ian Harmon, Will Sharp and Matt James.
A penalty
Matt James
is given.
There gives away a penalty against his side. Not square at marker, and so 10 metres out, just in front of the 6. Batley have a full set of tackles in the bag.
Is that taking one for the team?
Yeah, the defence was recovering there just as Batley have got over the line, but James Brown is held up there. The defence making sure that he got up off of that thing. And he'll have to play the ball on the 10 metre line.
Leake finds Keegan Hurst. He's got a point to prove to the Rovers, of course. He spent a season here. Leake moves that ball inside, and the Bulldogs are over again. They are. What is happening here at the big fellas? It's another try for the Bulldogs. Rovers, Joe, at half-time seemed in complete control at 34-0. But the Bulldogs with 3 tries in the second half. I didn't see who got that third one. But poor defence on their own line from Rovers. And it's Rovers 34, the Bulldogs 14.
Unbelievable, Ben. Such a composed display from Featherston in the first half, but just unable to keep Batley out in the second half. Not got the same confidence in defence. We're not getting up on them. We're not intimidating them enough. And it was Lee Mitchell who managed to get the ball down there. Extend the lead for his side. What a comeback this would be for Batley.
This would give Batley so much confidence if they can come back to win this one. We're saying at half-time, we're talking about a similar sort of margin to what we saw last time down here for the Rovers against Workington. Keegan Hurst takes that kick off on his own dead ball line and runs straight at Jordan Baldwinson as Andy Ellis returns for Luke Teasdale. Rovers just need to get some control back, Joe. Keep the Bulldogs out, get a set back in possession and try and build some momentum again.
Certainly in the second half down at Batley we saw Featherston come back into the game. But the tables have turned here, the big fellas, and it's Batley who are coming back at Fev. We just need to get it into them. It's an old cliche, but get your shoulder into them, Ben. Make sure we're intimidating them in the defence and bring the ball up like Jai Hitchcock's did just there, forcing Batley to hold him down. We're going to get a penalty and earn some territory. It's been a while since we've been up their end of the field.
How Rovers could do with another try now, maybe just to kill the Bulldogs off. An interesting choice of side from Gaz Moore. Looked to me to be nearer this left-hand touchline, but it's gone to the right.
The wind, of course, blowing across that way, and it's with the natural curl for a left-footed player.
Cording. Here's Baldwinson now. Rovers now just on the 30-metre line, centre field. Ellis finds Wood. Wood will take that line on. That ball for a second, I thought it had come loose, but no, he's managed to hold on. Here's Moore now. Out the back door to Hitchcock, tries to step inside. Good defence from the Bulldogs. Here's Matua. Drops the pass off again to Paul Wood. Out the back door to Sykes. Hitchcock can't take it. You could see what the idea was. Sykes out the back door towards Hitchcock. The touch judge has seen something. The Bulldogs have got a hand to it. That's going to be head and feet to Rovers. So vital for the Bulldogs. They've got a hand to that play. Otherwise, Hitchcock had taken that ball, and I fancied that would have been a try.
Definitely. Paul Sykes flicks out the pass there, gives a 2-on-1 on this left edge, but the hand stops it going through cleanly, and Hitchcock was unable to take it. We don't press home the advantage, but we do have this scrum just on the Batley end. And Sykes now with that ball out wide to Blackmore, races away down that right-hand side and scores the try for the Rovers. Well, we couldn't get over on the left flank, Ben, but we've shown what we've got going forward there. Fantastic move from the scrum to bring it out wide. We've got some players with real talent, ball in hand. Showed it there.
Ben Blackmore scores his 10th try of the season. Rovers leading try scorer this season with 10 tries. A clear run into the line once he receives that ball from Paul Sykes. With a clear run to the line, an unopposed run to the line in effect, Joe. No Batley player able to get a hand anywhere near him. And now Paul Sykes looking to add to his conversions in that first half, 5 from 6. And Rovers, maybe this will settle them down and take the steam out of the Bulldogs a bit. Rovers 38, Batley Bulldogs 16.
Indeed, quarter of an hour on the clock. Batley had to keep the momentum going. You think this might well have killed off the game. Featherston need to continue. You'd want them to win the second half. Make sure they've won in both periods of 40 minutes. Because otherwise you walk away from this game having not carried the momentum, and it's a big clash next week against Halifax in terms of that top 4 spot.
Halifax were winning 22-0 up at Workington at half-time. As Paul Sykes lines up this conversion, 5 from 6 in the first half. This is first attempt to the second. It's on the correct side for him. There is the kick. Oh, it's held up awfully. I don't know if that was the wind or misjudged or what.
Yeah. And there you see exactly why Gaz Moore kicked the ball over to the right side despite the penalty being awarded on the left-hand side of the field. It's quite a windy day out here.
You can't judge the wind from up here at all, but yeah, that kick not successful. So Rovers 38, Bulldogs 16. That's a great take from that kick-off from Rovers by Will Milner. And here's Cording now. Rovers need to build the momentum. Let's get some more points, boys. We want to win this second half and get that points difference back up as it was at half time. More. Ellis tries to get through a gap. He gets up to the 40. Moore finds Paul Wood with a flat pass. The Bulldogs below one forward. That looked okay from where I was. Maybe Joe will disagree, I don't know.
No, definitely a flat pass, as you say. Gareth Moore there with the kick, but it goes out on the full again. We've seen the effect of this wind. It's playing havoc with kicks from both sides. And Batley now with possession, starting inside the Rovers half.
The second time this afternoon that Rovers have kicked out on the full. One a kick-off from Paul Sykes and one a kick in open play from Gareth Moore. Andy Hay won't be too pleased with that, turning over possession in the wrong areas and giving the Bulldogs an opportunity to hit straight back, Joe.
Leatherbarrow, of course, doing the same thing for Batley in the first half. So it's causing issues for both sides. Judging the wind can decide who wins games, though, of course.
That looked forward to me, did that pass from Leatherbarrow. And I think there may have been an incident in the tackle.
It was an interesting shot there from Rennie Maiatua. We asked them to get into him. He certainly did that.
So the time is called off. The touch judge is in discussion with the referee at the moment. I don't think anything's going to come of it. I think it's just a word. Of course, Rennie Maiatua, of course, involved in an incident last week in the Summer Bash as well against the Centurions. Just a word from Michael Woodhead. And it is actually Sean Ainscough who's down for the Bulldogs. If he was to come off, Joe, that'd be a huge loss for them.
Definitely would. He's one of their star men. He's caused problems for us in the past, and he has done today as well.
Just being seen by the physio, he's back on his feet. Looked to be an injury to maybe his lower back. Seemed to be the signal. It's a high tackle though. And Alistair Lee takes the tap to Leatherbarrow now. Sean Ainscough just trying to work that injury off. He looks to be okay. Here's Keegan Hurst. Gets away from Ellis but can't get away from Maiatua or Sykes. Tell you something, Joe, Rennie Maiatua needs to be careful at the minute. He's giving away quite a few penalties, and if he's not careful, he's going to end up on a warning.
Well, Rennie Maiatua said in his first few weeks over in England, the only person people ever talked to him about was Brendan Tooter, and he just put in a thundering tackle as the ball comes loose there. Andy Ellis gets the ball away to Jordan Baldwinson, and Rovers come away down this left flank.
The Bulldogs, I don't think we're too happy with the way that ball came loose. Maybe that's a bit of an understatement. But Rovers are in possession. And here's Will Sharp now. Ryan Verlinden's back on. I never saw him sneak back on, and how I didn't, I don't know. As Matt James is the one who's made his way to the touchline. Here's Baldwinson. Here's Moore now. Through the hands he goes to Sykes. Sykes will kick from centre. It's a reverse kick back in field. It's taken well by Ainscough. Looks to recover okay from his knock. And the Bulldogs are starting on their own 20-metre line. Here's Joe Brown with an offload to Wayne Retty. I'm not sure Wayne Retty appreciated the offload. But here goes Brown again now. That's a good drive at Andy Ellis. But well wrapped up by Wood and Verlinden. Call comes from referee. That tackle's completed on his feet. It's worked out to his right hand side now. Here goes Wayne Retty. Well held by Paul Sykes. Trying to con the referee, I think, there. Maybe a bit of fun and games. There's a kick from Leatherbarrow. Ben Blackmore safe as houses underneath it. But forced back. It's all becoming a bit niggly at the minute, Joe.
Yeah, and that's the way Batley would want it. They're a side that like to dominate in the forwards, but they're not going to beat Rovers for power down the middle. So a niggly game plays to their advantage. Featherston looking to come out on top though, and on the scoreboard that's the way it stands, which is all important of course.
Here's Will Sharp, gets a good break. The touch judge is on again. And it's all started off in the middle again. We saw plenty of this last week, Joe. I didn't see what happened, I was following the ball.
No, the players come together. It's like Blackpool all over again, except we've not had the 10 preceding incidents. The time's been taken off and the players start to separate. Alex Brown James Brown rather in discussion with Rennie Maitua, discussing what they have for dinner. The referee talking to Captain Paul Sykes. These announcements are so loud I don't even know what they're saying.
Sam Scott's being called out by the official along with Keegan Hurst. And didn't see what happened, I have to be honest. I can only assume it's for an off the ball incident. Hitchcox is also being spoken to along with Paul Sykes. What's the decision going to be? It's just to play the ball. Okay, so Will Sharp plays the ball on the 40, and here's Baldwinson to Wood now. Wood tries to offload. Who's come out with that one? It's the Bulldogs. A long pass out towards Retzi. And I think the Bulldogs, Andy Ellis has got, he's taken the first knock on. It was a free play. Ellis certainly knocked the ball backwards, but he's gone for the first knock on and given head and feet to the Bulldogs. This game just got tasty, Joe.
Indeed, 10 minutes on the clock. You'd fancy Fev have enough of a cushion, regardless of what Batley throw at them, but they've earned themselves a scrum here on the 40-metre line. They're going to look to mount an assault, and they are dominated in the second half. There's no two ways about it.
Leak from the base of that scrum. Finds James Brown. Still going. And a penalty is given. Come on, referee! This one is certainly getting tasty as Lee Mitchell brings that ball in for the Bulldogs. Keegan Hurst does well to take that one in. I'm not sure it was meant for him, or if it was, he did appear to have overrun it, but able to reach back and take it. Here's Leatherbarrow now. Inside pass to Alex Rowe. Leak. All he had to do was take the ball and drop over the line. That is a real chance bomb. That I'll tell you something, Joe. You mentioned Rovers, but the Bulldogs coming back into it, sorry. If they'd scored that, it was all on. What a miss, what a knock on, or what a place to do it.
10 minutes to go. James Brown scores there. He gets his side within 3 scores of the Rovers. They'd still have it all on. Is that a hand to the face from Wayne Retty on Ben Blackmore? The touch judge runs onto the field.
The hand was in the face there, it was right beneath us, and the referee needs to do something here. I'm not sure who it'll be, it's just a word. So a penalty for Rovers. Is that leniency?
Unnecessary there from Wayne Retty. I didn't see anything with malice, to be honest, but it's very difficult to see from where we are. Not sure if Jamie will be able to zoom it on the camera. Maybe if you pause it at home when you're watching the DVD, or if you're listening on the stream when you've bought the DVD, then you'll be able to tell us.
Here's Baldwinson now. Rovers 25 metres out, centre field. Ellis. Moore out the back door to Milner. What a pass to Hitchcox! Jay Hitchcox! Oh no! Oh, that's a massive call from the touch judge. I have to say, I thought Hitchcox was over, Joe. And Jay Hitchcox has stayed down. Jay Hitchcox has stayed down in the corner.
Hitchcox looked a certainty to be over. Expecting him to cut inside at any moment, being one-on-one like he was. I think he's run headfirst into the post there on the corner flag.
He got
down
to give
injured, but he wants to rejoin play.
Got to give credit to the Bulldogs defender. I couldn't see who it was, but it was Sean Ainscough, in fact. You got to give credit to Sean Ainscough, the way he chased him down and forced him into touch. It was a great defensive effort, Joe.
Absolutely. He got away well, did Hitchcox, but Ainscough stayed with him stride for stride, forced him into the corner like that, and meant he was able to press home the lead.
Here's Keegan Hurst. Leatherbarrow has been a real danger man for the Bulldogs today. Caused the Rovers a lot of problems as Leatherbarrow. Here's Leake now. Moves that ball inside. It's James Brown on halfway. Rowe with the offload, and Leatherbarrow just can't take it in. That is a knock on. Joe, has been a scrappier second half, an outstanding first half. A lot of contenders maybe for man of the match. Who's your choice?
Well, you've got to admire the way the forwards went out in dominating Batley in the first half. It's hard to pick one of them, but when Batley have come at them in the second half, perhaps they've got something over them. Paul Sykes, though, he's gone in at centre. He's not played there for quite some time for the Rovers, but he's scored himself a hat-trick and he's linked up with his fellow backs well all game. He's been superb and he's my man of the match today.
Worthy choice then. Paul Sykes gets man of the match today. A great points haul for him. A hat-trick in the first half. 22 points in fact in the first half, and that's as it still stands now. So a 22-point haul for Paul Sykes. Ellis moves that ball out to Hardman down that right channel. Here's Will Milner, to Ryan Verlinden. Verlinden's away. I would have wanted to try and stop him, but Batley somehow managed to do it. Ellis now takes on the line himself. Will Milner in at in halfback. Rovers 10 metres away. Moore. Inside pass to Paul Wood. The hand goes up. That was on the last tackle, so that's a turnover. But Joe, Ryan Verlinden showing what he's capable of. That was a barnstorming run.
The way he bushed through the middle there. He's an exciting looking player and we'll enjoy watching him for the rest of the season. I'm sure it's taken him a while to get here, but he's more than making up for it in this game. It's a dangerous pass along the line there from Batley. Blackmore cuts it out on the fringes as they look to get away there down the left side. So not Gondo, and with 5 minutes to go, Batley are going to have a scrum just inside their own 20. The game's gone, but they can be proud of this second half performance.
They'll certainly take a lot from it, will the Bulldogs? Rovers 34-0 up at half time, and the Bulldogs have won this second half. As things stand, a 16 points to 4 margin in the second half for Batley. All that damage done in the first half, Joe, and as it happens, it was enough. But here's Alex Rowe, not Alex Rowe, sorry. It's Wayne Retty, my apologies.
Yeah, the bulky forward, Wayne Retty.
Leak waits it out in half-back. He looks to the right. He'll go to the right. Through the hands it goes. Here's Sam Scott. Oh, I'm not so sure. Did he? Hang on, the touch judge has seen something. Sean Ainscough, I don't know if you saw, Joe, in that tackle, flung a Rovers player to the ground. A penalty has been given to the Bulldogs. I don't know if you saw what happened there. I didn't see what led up to it. I just saw that Sean Ainscough literally flung a Rovers player to the ground, but the penalty has gone against the Rovers. Here are the Bulldogs in the meantime, looking to take advantage. And another penalty, what's that for?
The ball's come loose, but it's hands in from Rovers. Batley here with a tap inside the Featherston 10 metre. Keegan Hurst is going to look to power his way over, but there's 4 men in the tackle there to hold him out.
Hey, that ball's put to ground, and once again we've seen it a couple of times this afternoon from the Bulldogs. Golden opportunities. We saw it from James Brown earlier, and Batley just again there putting down opportunities that should easily be scored.
Well, I think you're seeing the difference between the sides there. Whilst they've been able to go up against us down the middle in this second half, they haven't quite got it in the halves like we have. Gareth Moore's been spectacular today, and Will Milner looks like he's been playing all season in the halves.
Here in the Big Fella Stadium, and afterwards in the campus band, we have a live band on. That's next Saturday, we kick off 6 p.m. against Halifax.
Thank you very much for reminding us, just in case you'd forgotten. We're back down here next Saturday evening. Wood looks to break that line. He finds Maytua. Maytua finds Ellis. Ellis is still going. That's great play from the Rovers. Reddy Maytua should never been able to get that ball away though, Joe.
It was a fantastic back of the hand blind offload inside to Ellis, and there he's brought out wide. Hardman, what a phenomenal offload that was, but it comes to nothing as Hitchcock is soon smothered with the ball.
Moore takes that on the bounce brilliantly. Paul Sykes is away again. Oh, that is outstanding. Oh my word. That is absolutely sensational from Paul Sykes. Justifies totally his man of the match performance. Breaking through the line. Looked to have been held up by Sean Ainscough. Looked to have been held up by Sean Ainscough, but spinning out of that tackle superbly and strolling in under the uprights for a try at the death. Featherston Rovers hit 40. Featherston Rovers 42, Batley Bulldogs 16.
An outrageous dummy there from Paul Sykes to get through and score that try under the post. You'd fancy him to add the extras for this one. But I tell you what, Ben, Batley have come up against us in this second half, and we've not been shown wanting because we've managed to come back, we've shown character, we've clung on to our lead, and then we've managed to press home. We've scored 2 tries, and we've ended up in control of this game as it closes.
And so Paul Sykes for this conversion under the sticks. That is successful. A 20. Thank you very much. A 28-point haul for Paul Sykes. That is outstanding effort, Joe, isn't it?
One-man band, Ben. One-man band. Batley here with the kickoff. Just 30 seconds left on the clock. We're going to try something.
Hardman takes that kick off. He'll run that ball back in. Well, the official timekeepers say that's it, so that's it. What an effort from Rovers.
number 16.
Can't hear myself speaking over the announcement. Rovers raced into a 34-0 lead at half-time. Tries from Ellis, Matt James, and then a hat-trick from Sykes. Before Jack Ormondroyd went over as well. Sykes keeps 5 in that first half. It was 34-0 lead. Then the Bulldogs came back. Ainscough with a try, Leake with a try converted by Leatherbarrow. Mitchell with a try converted by Leatherbarrow. That got it back to 34-16. Then 2 tries in the last 15 minutes, one for Ben Blackmore with his 10th of the season. Then Paul Sykes wrapping it up under the sticks with a conversion as well. Joe, a fantastic performance from the Rovers.
Certainly that first half performance was up there with the best of the season. Batley came back us in the second half, but we showed real character and resilience, like we've said, to keep hold of our lead and then come back at them late in the second half. We showed why we're where we are in the table, and we showed why we'll pose more than a threat against Halifax on Saturday. Make sure you get yourself down here for that one, because it's going to be a belter.
Paul Sykes has been absolutely outstanding in the centre, showing that's where he wants to play maybe. But you've got to give credit to Will Milner coming in at the halves as well, doing a great job for us as well.
Definitely slotted in with ease. Gareth Moore taking more of a senior role like we saw last season. Will Milner playing on the fringes, linking up Gareth Moore to his outside backs. Just playing that contributory role so well, but he's got a good mind for the game. He's got a good eye for a gap, Will Milner. And I'm sure this is just a sign of things to come for the young man.
Indeed, so full time here at the Big Fella Stadium. Rovers victorious. Featherston Rovers 44, Batley Bulldogs 16.
Andy, Rovers 44, Batley 16, a real game of two halves.
Yeah, we got off to a great start in the first half. I thought at the start of the game we defended our end very well, and once we got into the swing of it with the ball, we completed very well with our sets and put some pressure on Batley, which they couldn't handle. Scored some real nice tries. I think we were a little bit under-paced, and although Batley let the tries in, I thought we didn't play to our full potential in the second half. Then Batley picked their game up and probably caught us a little bit. We went into the second half knowing what we needed to do and didn't really come up with it. Our defence dropped off, and some of our play with the ball wasn't as slick, and we gave a lot of penalties away. So we got put under pressure in that second half, and we've got to take some lessons out of that.
What did you say to the players at half-time? Is it difficult to motivate them after coming in with such a commanding lead? We've worked them hard this week in training. They've been a little bit flat in the game, I thought, today, and even in the first half, I don't think we were outstanding. It seems strange saying that when you put that amount of points on, but we didn't seem to have to work that hard for them. All we needed to do was control the ball, and we got the points on the end of it. But they knew what they needed to do after half time, and we started off the game and we pushed a couple of balls away, and then we started giving penalties away, which makes everything hard. You moved Paul Sykes into the centre today. He's been playing at stand-up for quite a while and has repaid you with a 28-point haul. You must be pleased with that one. Yeah,
certainly. The left edge was great. Sykes, he can play most of the back line, and he played really well today. His goal kicking was spot on, and he finished off some good plays, and the try at the end was pretty special for him, and he deserved his man of the match performance.
Ryan Villenden and Rennie Mato are both making the home debuts. How pleased were you with their performances?
Yeah, I thought they were both pretty good. I thought Rennie was good. He did what he needed to do. He worked hard, and he controlled the team quite well. And Ryan Villenden, he's been a long time coming, and great to see him on his home debut. He's a big guy. He made a couple of breaks for us. He's still got a bit of work to do on his fitness, and he's played three sort of games for us now, and he's getting there. But we've worked him very hard last week, and we knew he was going to struggle throughout some of the minutes, but he had a dig, and I think he's going to come good for us by the end of the year.
A couple of players up in front of disciplinary this week. Paul Wood, one of them. Your thoughts on that? We'll see what happens. We'll go up with our case and see what we get. We'll find out on Tuesday, obviously. And Woody's up and Rennie's up, and there'll be big losses to the team. But we'll have players coming in. Jack Ormonroy was good today, so he's put his hand up, and we'll see what Spears is fit, or Jack Bussey, or Alex Foster to come back in for the back row as well.
Alex Foster didn't play today. Is he injured?
He's got a little niggle here, so he's been rested. We need fit players to play, and if they're not fit, I don't need to put them in at this point of the year, so we can rotate the squad around, and that's what we're doing.
Looking ahead to next week, a massive match next week against one of our big rivals for that top floor spot in Halifax.
Yeah, I think the Halifax games are always big, the Featherston Halifax games, and it doesn't come much bigger, does it? We were in there last year for the £250,000 game. They were tipping it, and this time we're in for the sort of the top four game. It's not, going to be the be all and end all for both teams, but we've got to pick up the 2 points.
Have you any thoughts on selection? Have you got any players in mind that might come back in?
It's probably a little bit early for that, Ben. We've just finished the last game, so I'll digest and review this, and then we'll go forward with that next week.
Andy, thanks for your time.
No worries, mate.
Rovers man of the match, Paul Sykes, your thoughts on the match?
Decent match, good first half by the boys. We racked up a few points. Second half was a bit scrappy from us.
28-point haul throughout the match. How did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was good, to get over the line with 4 tries. I don't think I've ever scored 4 tries before in a game, but credit to the boys that's giving me the service, and I was playing out in the centres today as well, so could hit a few lines and get the ball in my hands.
Do you have a preference as to whether you play centre or stand off, or are you happy to play anywhere?
Yeah, I'm happy to play anywhere, but I prefer 6, but I'll play anywhere when I get told to.
You've been here with Rovers now half a season. How are you enjoying your time with the Rovers?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. But, we're starting to get a lot closer together as a team. We started a bit scratchy at the beginning of the year, but with a few disruptions, with players not coming in and that. But we're all gelling together as a team now, and we're halfway through the season, and we still want to get that fourth, or we want to get the 3rd spot at least.
You've played with a number of different half-back partners throughout the course of the year. Do you have a player that you prefer to play alongside, or do you just play with anybody?
Well, you train to play with anybody, but sometimes you get, familiarised with other people. Gaz is a good half-back. He controls the team as well. We've got a few ball players in our team, but we train with each other, during the week, and whoever gets selected in the team does the best.
Do you like to be in the house controlling the play, or are you one of the house who takes the backward step and lets your scrum half control it more?
Probably a bit of both, really. I'm more probably known as a running threat, but Gaz is more organiser, and I'll let him do probably all the graft.
Okay. Thanks for your time, Paul.